Hello everybody, and I want to welcome everyone to this episode of the Booze Geek. My name is Chuck, I am your host, and I'm an author. That's why I'm pointing at my book. I write books on booze. But before I get started, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button, give us a big thumbs up, and always feel free to leave a comment down below. But on this episode, what do we have on tap? Well, we are going to be tasting and reviewing another beer from STONE Brewing. Now, this beer, I don't get nor understand the naming of this beer, and I'm not even going to try. So I'm just going to grab the bottle, because this is their Viking Space Probe. I mean, I know there's a little thing here on the back, but the Viking Space Probe, I don't know much. I mean, I just don't know why it's called that. Maybe it was made in outer space. Who knows? But this Viking Space Probe, well, this is an unfiltered double IPA. This beer clocks in at 8.5% ABV, so it's up there. Well, it's up there with the Space Probe, you know, 8.5% ABV. And it's got an IBU of 80. So well, that's up there too. Maybe that's why it's the Viking Space Probe. So 8.5% ABV, 80 IBU, and it's made with two different types of hops, and those are Citra and Ella. Maybe if they would have made it with Galaxy hops, I could understand the Viking Space Probe, but there's no Galaxy hops. So, I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to shut up about the naming of this beer, about the Viking Space Probe, and I'm just going to crack the top on this, and let's get this party started. Here we go. Boom, boom. This is what I'm talking about. And we got the big bottle here, too. So, here we go. Let's see. Oh, a little bit of smoke there. Just a little bit. A tad of smoke from the big bottle. Tad of smoke. Let's give this a pour. That should do it. Oh yeah, that will do it. That will do it. Gee, Mr. Talbert, that'll do it. But, ooh, well, yes. Mr. Talbert says, whoever Mr. Talbert is, says that is an hazy, unfiltered. That's an unfiltered hazy. Yes, it is. You're not seeing through that beer. Yeah, unfiltered hazy. That has a very thick and murky off orange color. It's almost like a yellowish orange. But yeah, that's thick and murky. And little to no foam, we got some soap suds floating on top for carbonation. But let's give this a swirl. Let's give this a nose. And let's see what the Viking Space Probe is all about. Because that's what it's all about, says the Hokey Pokey. But says the Viking Space Probe, here we go. Oh, interesting nose. Some tropical notes. There is some slight pineapple. Some guava. A little bit, there is just a slight, ever so slight hint of lime. Followed by, there is just the ever so faintness of a dankiness underneath everything. Yep, it's faint, but it's there. But let's give this another swirl, and let's give this a sippy sip. Here we go, the Viking Space Probe. Let's see. PROST to the probe. Wow! I'm so surprised. Yeah. That is a full-bodied beer. That's extremely syrupy, and it's coating your entire palate here. But what are the flavors we're getting? We are getting some of that pineapple's coming through. We are getting some mango. There is that guava. Actually, the guava now, it's opening up. The guava, I think, is coming through more than the pineapple. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There is, oddly enough, but it tastes to me, I'm getting a faint flavor of watermelon. And it also seems like, I mean, there's a creaminess to this beer. I mean, there really is. There is an odd creaminess to this beer, almost like marshmallow. Really, really bizarre one here. But interesting, very interesting. I'm liking this. This is rather unique. Yeah, some interesting aromas on the nose. The flavor palette is really interesting. I mean, the balance is not perfect. I'm not going to say it is, but just a really unique beer. I'm going to give this... I'm going to give this one a 7. I'm going to give this a 7. I was debating a 7 or 7.5, but I'm going to give this one a 7. And the reason being, I think the aromas are a little thin. There's some cool, some cool aromas, a little thin. Flavor palette, though, I think on the flavor, there's some, the balance is off. I'm not going to say it isn't, but there's some interesting flavors coming through, and that creaminess is really, really interesting. It might be a little out of place, but it's not really hurting it. It's different, but it's not hurting it at all. So yeah, that's why. I would definitely seek this out. This is a definitely good beer to try. No doubt about that. I like this beer. I don't know if I drink more than one because the 8.5 is a little high, but it is a double IPA, so that's all right. But on that note, yeah, this is a unique one from Stone. Go try the Viking Space Probe, and then y'all can figure out the name yourself. But on that note, I want to thank everyone for tuning into this episode. As always, you can follow me at the websites, which are www.pubshaveapinted.com, or at the blog, which is www.pubshaveapinted.blogspot.com. And with that being said, raise a pint, cheers, PROST, and enjoy.